Here's a segment from the latest edition of St. Charles Parish Today, a monthly local talk show.
In June, Parish President Larry Cochran announced that he had named a new Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. Mr. Joe Ganote spent nearly 18 years rising through the ranks of the St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office, starting as a Deputy and Field Training Officer and ending as the Captain Commander of Patrol Operations and SRT Team. Now, he leads a staff of 8 employees responsible for carrying this parish through some of its most precarious situations. He is with me today to touch upon what his department is doing this time of year. All right, Joe, I want to thank you for coming on with me today.
Thanks for having me.
You started working earlier this summer. How has your first few months been?
Well, it's been an experience, certainly humbling experience, learning something completely new and out of my normal element. But I have such a great staff and a great group of guys who are highly skilled, know what they're doing. They make my job easy and the transition extremely easy.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's go on to something a little bit more negative.
Okay.
We had a lot of rain in August, and although it didn't really directly impact us as much as the other parishes, we were affected. But I guess my question is, what does the parish do during these types of rain events? What is the EOC doing?
Well, the week prior, we already had a National Weather Service review, or I should say conference call, and they knew we were going to get some rain. It's hard to predict exactly how much rain you're going to get in the isolated areas. So we began on that Monday in our staff meeting. We told our guys that we were expecting heavy rain to fall at the end of the week, and they prepared. Public Works did a phenomenal job. They go out, they began clearing ditches and assessing the community and the outflow of, I guess, basic drainage in the parish, make sure all the pumps are working and they're up to speed. And they did a phenomenal job. They worked around the clock. They were tirelessly preparing. And actually, it probably could have been a lot worse, I think, than it really was. And it was because of their effort. They had some assistance through Recreation Department during that time, Waterworks, some other departments who augmented their effort. And everybody just kind of stepped up and did a really good job.
And I think you touched on this in that answer. You said that you guys were with National Weather Service doing these conference calls ahead of time. Mm-hmm. So I guess my next question is, it's hurricane season. Yes. So for some of us, mainly you and your department, it's different. Things change during the season even when there's not a storm. Operationally, what kind of things are you guys doing differently during this period of the year?
Operationally, we continue to do everyday functions, serving the public. But secondly, we start looking at the tropics, obviously, just like a meteorologist, and we have some very skilled guys within the EOC that can read storms and weather, and so we just kind of broaden our scale of what we're looking at. We'll look as far out as Africa, just like everyone else, and watch waves come off, and we review our plans and prepare for the event that we were to get one, and then certainly start tracking them just like everyone else does, and hopefully we're fortunate enough not to have one visit our area. However, this event gave us an opportunity, going back to the rain, looking at it, gave us an opportunity to do some outreach and some volunteer work with some other departments, I should say parishes, and we were able to help Tangipahoa and some other parishes in that event. And so we plan for those things too. So if we have a hurricane that doesn't really affect us as greatly as others, we'll certainly do what we can to help our partners in the region. Awesome.
Okay, well, so when we're not in an emergency, what is the EOC doing? I guess that's my big question, because everyone's always like, okay, well, what are they doing if we're not in the middle of an emergency? Well, we know there's a lot going on that you don't see.
There is a lot. We do a lot of reviewing of plans. So if it's not hurricane season, we're looking for ways to be better. We have to serve the public much better than we do on a daily basis. We have to find ways, think outside the box, and maybe that requires training from some highly skilled people. We'll get that training, we'll bring it back, we'll try to implement it within our procedures, and if it works through tabletop exercises and full-scale exercises, then we'll implement that procedure. So it's never sit back on your laurels and look at
just wait, yeah.
Just wait and how great things were in the past. We always have to get better because there's new challenges every day.
And I think people, I think our community is pretty good about it, but we all know that someone is at EOC 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, monitoring things, phone lines, radios. Like you said, there's that planning aspect. Mm-hmm. Just a host of things you guys do. I mean, I don't personally start panicking for hurricanes until I get an email from you, just because I know that you're watching it. So I just want to thank you for coming on the show today and telling us a little bit about that, because it's a question that everybody has, especially this time of year.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Look for the entire episode at www.scptoday.com or on SCP TV.